The amazing Mr. Please himself.
Good morning, everyone. We are getting ready for college match day on Crack Rackets, Army versus Air Force. On the men's side, we have Coach Randy Rowley to join us this morning. Coach Randy, good morning.
Good morning.
Looks like you got a nice fire going in the background. Hopefully you're staying warm out there. That's for
Staying
sure.
warm and looking forward to some warm weather, though.
Yes, sir. It's going to be much nicer down there in Orlando at the national campus. Have you spent time at the national campus?
I have. We're very fortunate. We've played Air Force twice down there now, so it's we're looking forward to coming down again. It's always a lot of fun. It's two great teams that have a lot of respect for each other. The players really like each other. I have a great deal of respect for the coaching staff there, and so it's always a pleasure to go down and play those guys.
Absolutely. And it's not just you going, right? Your wife is the assistant on the women's side.
Yes, she is. Very fortunate to have her there as well. And so it makes it a great trip for all of us.
Oh, wow. That's just so nice. And 15th season. So 20-13 last year, 6-1 in the Patriot League. You really obviously have a team that's coming into this year after a strong performance last year. There's a lot of experienced veteran guys at the top of the lineup, it appears.
There is. We lost several key guys last year, but this year we're real excited about the team. It's probably I think we're just as talented, but I think they've really came together well. They understand that what they've lost, they've got to step up and find another gear, and so it's been a lot of fun just as a team. Of course, we're just getting started with the season, but it's been a lot of fun. The guys are growing together, and we're looking forward to it. It'll be a great test.
You've had so many, sort of pit stops in your coaching tree, going from obviously Southern Mississippi. There's been a lot of different stops, and you've learned a little bit along the way. What have you feel is your sort of coaching mantra, philosophy, motto? What have you come to learn after all those stops and now resting here after 15 years at Army as your, I guess, major concept behind your coaching?
Well, I think, having spent time at Kansas, at Texas Tech, and Southern Miss, as you said, getting here is just a totally different feel for as far as college athletics. So many of the other teams, it was really trying to develop players to turn pro. Where here, it's a totally different mindset of we're teaching young men and young women to go on and be Army officers, to lead young men and women in the Army. They come out as second lieutenants when they graduate after their 4 years. So it's been a change for me. It's been a lot of fun, but it's all about mentoring now and helping these guys guide them in the right direction. As far as I'm civilian, I've always been civilian, but just to give advice of things that I have went through. Hopefully they will be able to take those things on and take them into the Army to lead young men and women throughout their Army career and also beyond. Once they, if they decide to get out and become civilians, they get doctors, attorneys, end up on Wall Street, whatever it may be. So it's making an impact now that will last a lifetime, which has been a little bit different than, Kansas, Texas Tech, where it's been more developing players to go out on the tour. So it's been a great change for me. I love the role that I have here. Our athletic director, our senior women's administrator, and also my sports administrator really came together and helped us give us opportunities to lead these young men and women. They're very supportive of what's going here, and they see the whole picture. It's well beyond college athletics, the education and the military beyond that. So it's been a change for me, but it's been a fantastic change. I think I've learned as much as they have.
Wonderful. And so because of the dynamics at play at Army, what type of kid are you going out to recruit, right? And what type of requirements does the Army have? Is it different, getting accepted, admitted, physicals? Like, are there other types of things? What does it take to actually be part of the team at Army? And particularly, what type of player do you recruit to be part of this specific and unique type of experience?
Well, that's a great question because it is a lot different than the other schools. Obviously, the process of getting in, the SATs, the grade, the GPAs, those kind of things, they're very high. It's always, we're always one of the top schools in the country with the Ivies, with Stanford. It is difficult to get in. They have to have a nomination from a congressman to get in. So there are a lot of things they've got to go through. But it is a different kid. I mean, it's a kid that is thinking, not what's going on next weekend, but what are they doing when they're 35, when they're 45, when they're 55. It's a kid who understands time management and understands that it's there's just more to life than just playing tennis. It's serving others, serving the country. So it's a different type of recruiting. And we found that in different parts of the country, they seem to be looking for different things. So it's kind of for us to learn where we're at, what part of the country we're in, what are those people looking for. But the one thing that is always that they all share is they want to serve, and they want to help others down the road. But it is serving their country and being Army officers. At the end of the day, that's what they're here for. So it is a different kid. I tell parents all the time, luckily for America, it's not for everybody. So
wonderful. Yeah, no, I get that. So many of the guys on your current roster are from California. Is that just a hotbed for you then, or is it just happens?
We've been really lucky. I mean, a lot of those kids, some of them know a little bit about the military and a little bit about West Point, but they're all driven to serve. They're driven because of the high education. And it's a little different scenery. I mean, all the California kids, I'm sure they're out looking at their windows right now wondering, how much snow are we going to get? And definitely looking forward to the sunshine of Orlando. But yeah, we've been very fortunate in that area. So we enjoy going back there. Obviously, we're looking everywhere, but we've just been very fortunate in that area right now.
Yeah. And talking about this early part of the season, it's typical that everyone is playing a bit of an out-of-conference schedule. Talk to me about the types of schools you tend to put on your schedule, right? If I'm a Ohio State, right, I'm playing a few local programs, and then I'm playing all the top teams to get ready for indoors. And, there's always these different ways that everybody approaches the out-of-conference schedule. Right. How do you approach what you're doing here in the beginning in terms of the types of programs you compete against?
Well, we obviously we have an amazing facility. We're very fortunate to have that, and so we try and bring a lot of teams in to play. We'll typically bring in 3 other teams for a weekend, so we don't travel as much because it does give other teams up here who don't have the facilities we have opportunities to play and to play each other. So beginning of the season, like everybody else, I think we're just trying to get in matches, good matches. This year we've had Furman, we've had Mercer, DePaula's came in. So we've had some, Richmond came in. So we've had some great teams come in that we've had a lot of fun with. But, we've had, Michigan State, Purdue, Cal Poly, Loyola, Marymount, Clemson, SMU. The beauty of this place is, one, they know they're going to get to play tennis because of the indoor facility, but also the opportunity to go around post, to see the mess hall, to see the history that's here. It's a very rewarding trip. We take them into the weapons simulation. We let them shoot M4s, machine guns. So it's a unique situation. A lot of coaches and a lot of schools, they enjoy coming in just to see what we go through kind of on a daily basis, kind of a snapshot of it. So it's a great trip for them as well. And, we get to stay at home and play. But we're the same way. We try and gear as we slowly go towards the season, gear our schedule to where we're prepared for the Patriot League when it arrives.
And so in terms of just putting the pieces together, do you feel like you're still sorting it out, or you like the lineup that you've been playing here these last couple of matches? Has it gelled yet, or you feel like you've got a pretty good handle on it?
We feel like it's gelling. We're happy with the schedule. We do try and play a lot of different people. West Point is a little bit different. I mean, some of the classes they go through, they have to learn to box. They have to learn to do combatants. So it's a very physical place. So we end up getting some injuries, some nicks and cuts, sometimes some surgeries because of the types of classes that they're taking. And combatants is very difficult. They're fighting with each other, 2-3 times a week. So it's difficult. Boxing is the same. So it's a very physical time of year for these guys, especially in the spring. So we do take some injuries. So we try and play as many people as we possibly can. So if it is their turn to come in, they're ready to go. But we are happy with the lineup. We've had some good results, and we think we're getting close to finding another level. And so we're happy where we're at right now. Obviously, we want to continue to get better, but it's a day-to-day process.
Sure. And talk to me a little bit about the rivalry with Air Force. Obviously, it's my understanding that Navy is the number one rival, but so how does Air Force factor into sort of, the armed service, rivalry battle relative to tennis?
Right. Listen, obviously the other school is in our Patriot League, and we play them yearly, home and away. But to play Air Force is a lot of fun because we usually play at a neutral site. Again, there's such great respect for the coaches, for the players. Everyone gets along well. It's a lot of fun. To me, it's an official's absolute dream match because we have 6 of them out on the court, and rarely are they needed. Just because of the respect for each other. So it's a lot of fun. And yes, Air Force is important. Anytime the service academies play each other, we play Navy, it's for a gold star. We play Air Force for a silver star. So it is important. Our old grads certainly remember and remind me quite often about, how important it is. So it is, it's a lot of fun. Obviously, Navy is in our conference, but Air Force it's a lot of fun to play just because it's a great trip as well.
So with this particular matchup, do you feel that there's a kind of a strength for your team right now as you go and lace them up against this group? You feel like you're favored in doubles, you're stronger down low? Is there any particular area where you feel like there's, a little bit of separation?
It's like any great rivalry. You throw everything out the window and you come out and they give you 3 new balls and just play. I mean, who's the better team? It's crazy every time we play. We might be the best team and they might be the best team, but it's who shows up that day, who can handle the emotions, the excitement of being there. The unique situation about this also is the women are playing the same exact time as us. So you get a lot of spillover from the crowd. So that makes it fun as well because you're there with the men and women together. So there's it makes it exciting. That's the only time we ever get an opportunity to do that. So it's a lot of fun, and it's just a unique rivalry because of that as well.
I agree, and we just had one with Florida and Florida State, and obviously we're looking forward to this coming Saturday. And it's going to be any given Saturday, and hopefully it's a great Saturday for the Army men, and you guys get the job done. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's been fun to chat and get to know a little bit more about the team, and I can't wait to see what happens on Saturday.
Thank you so much for having me and taking the time to cover this match. It's a special thing for us, and for you guys to take the time to come out and do that, it means a lot to us.
Yep. All the best. Good luck.
As well. Thank you, sir.